Hello and welcome. It's a new year and we are glad you could join us on the very first edition of Eyewitness Report in the year 2022. I am Yomi Otaigbe. Occupants of Yaba Industrial Estate were mainly small and medium-scale entrepreneurs ended the year 2021 on a sad note. They've not only been evicted from the estate, their properties have also been demolished, leaving them shattered and helpless. That's our lead story. Welcome to the program.
The signboard mounted at the entrance of Yaba Industrial Estate indicates the proposed site for Lagos State Kite Initiative, an acronym for Knowledge, Innovation, Technology and Entrepreneurship. Behind the gate are piles of rubble from the demolition of over 40 buildings that once housed the activities of industrialists. These rubble leave behind sad stories of how their places of business operation were destroyed within hours on the 16th of December 2021. The demolition was allegedly carried out by officials of the Lagos State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development by way of forcefully evicting them.
I was there personally and we were inside the block working. We just came, we saw people running into our estate. Then we called our security man to lock the gate for us. That's who are they and where are they coming from? What is happening again? And the man got to the gate and found out that they did not allow him to lock the gate. We had a truck of caterpillar. We had a truck parking in front of the gate with a caterpillar on top of the truck. And our gate was taken over by so many policemen. I don't know whether they are, mobile police. So many of them. And we asked them, what is the problem? They told us that they have been sent on an errand. Then we had two people in the unit there. And I asked them that, please, where are you from? They told me that I should ask the police, I should talk to the police. I said, I don't have any business to do with police. Police must have come here to maintain peace, if that is their work. And if they are not here to maintain peace, you people should let us know where you are coming from and who sent you. And the next thing we saw is that they just opened our gate and they brought in their caterpillar and they took it through our road down to block 6. And they started demolishing our units. Even there were people working there, people that were working on pure water, all our staff were there. They started chopping our roof, and we said people are working. They told us that they should move out, that they've been given an assignment. And by the time we saw it, we even thought it was a joke. I called on I called because I'm the general secretary and I have a note of everything that has been happening here. Because we are not just here inhabiting this place. We were properly allocated. So when they came on Thursday, I asked them, I said, where are you from? They said they are from Ministry of Planning, Physical Planning and Infrastructure. Then we told them, we said, Physical Planning and Infrastructure is an agency, Urban Development is an agency of Lagos State government. There is an injunction on this place. We are in court. And all agencies of government are under this cover. So they should please tell those people that have asked them to come and be demolished and place to stop it. They didn't answer us. So I had to call the Solicitor General. When I spoke to her, he said, okay, she will get back to us. She will call them. I asked her, please call them and stop them because you are the one that is in the arms of legacy. You are the Solicitor General, we are talking to the Attorney General, we are in court, and you people have been coming to court with your representatives. And you know what the matter is on ground here. So they cannot demolish and crush all our machinery and equipment. This is our sources of livelihood. Nobody answered us. Then I called on the Honorable, the one that is in charge of this location, Yaba. That is Honorable Oshun. Because we went to meet the Honorable, we submitted a petition and our SOS to the Speaker about 2 weeks ago. When we were finding out that they were not going to, because in June they came in here, they came to demolish a building of theirs. They said it's their own building and the bunch unit. We were not against that. They said they were not coming to us, that they are going to be faithful and they are going to maintain their status quo and they are going to make sure they relocate us before they do anything to us. So we were very confident that at least with a civilized government, with a democratic government in place, they will not in any way destroy our sources of livelihood. So on Thursday, this is what you can see. They just went, even I was in front of my unit. I was standing in front of my unit when when the caterpillar came. It was coming from that direction. When it got to this place, I even thought they would stop. They did not stop. Then the man just told me that if I stay there, they will crush me. And I told him, I said, crush me. But apparently, he just stood in front of my unit. He took his caterpillar up. He chopped the roof. He chopped my door. He chopped my AC. He destroyed everything. And he said, if I don't leave that place, if you don't come out from there, madam, we will destroy you. I said, okay, you will destroy me. Because of what? Because I'm a structure. So this is the kind of thing we saw on Thursday. And this is very, very intimidating and very disappointing of a democratic government of Lagos State.
I was shocked because I normally go out to look for businesses. So I'll just receive a distress call that my unit, which is Unit 6, is being destroyed. And I came here. When I got here, area was barricaded by over 50 policemen. They said I should not enter. I told them my properties, let me go there, but they refused until all the damages were done. I have machines that are heavy equipment. There are polars, a lot of them are there. My admin office, everything, computer, everything, short, it was totally destroyed, that I could not even pick anything. As I'm talking to you now, I cannot even quantify. I'm totally traumatized since that day. So having said that, when they eventually asked us to come in, everything was pulled down. Even my admin office, where I furnished everything, shares, everything, all the documents were totally destroyed. I could not pick anything.
The estate is one of the first industrial areas built by the federal government for small and medium entrepreneurs before it was transferred to the Lagos State government. With a plan by successive governments to upgrade the facility, there's been need to relocate the occupants. But both parties have been at loggerheads after the move to relocate them to Imota in Ikorodu failed. The occupants allege that the state government has failed to fulfill its promise of relocating them.
Before somebody came, we actually had the dignity of the visit of the preceding governor, Governor Fashola. Governor Fashola came here, inspected the place, and we held a meeting right at this same spot. And Governor Fashola promised us that this place will be renovated, that he will even, because he recognizes the importance of the numerous jobs we are creating and our contribution to the economy, he will provide us with a private power on this estate, a private power project, so that we shall have uninterrupted energy supply. And we were all very happy. Governor Fashola went away that day, and unfortunately, he could not achieve that project before he left office. In 2017, when Ambode came with a different agenda. He came to tell us that this place is to be used as an ICT hub, and that it has been considered to Ibile Holdings Limited, and that the Ministry of Wealth Creation, the Ministry of Youth, or whatever, will work with Ibile Holdings to achieve the objective of the ICT hub which they had in mind. So we now asked, what happens, what becomes of us? They said, of course, we know that you are equally to be provided for. Therefore, what they are going to do is they will relocate us to Imota. And they have acquired land that we should have entertained no fear. When we saw no, well, at that time, we were even taken to Imota. They showed us the Imota place which they said they would develop. And they even showed us a prototype of the structures they intend to build at Imota. And we became very confident. Many of us started borrowing money to buy new equipment, hoping to go to Imota to expand our businesses and continue with our jobs. But suddenly, the Ibile people came and said we should get out, that the place has been considered to them. And we told them that we are aware that the government said they have considered to you. But the government also told us that we shall not be disturbed here until we have been relocated to Imota.
They gave us notices in October, November. And those notices came from Ministry of Planning, Physical Planning, that this place is, the structures are illegal structures. We have copies of all these things. They said they are illegal structures. They came to mark this place. So we got up, the executive got up, we wrote a letter through our lawyer. We delivered it in their operation department. We delivered it to the Commissioner for Physical Planning, and they received it. to let them know that these places, even if they want to take over this place is an environment of litigation. We have a matter in court, and all agencies have been asked to please maintain status quo until the matter is resolved. Even if this is dilapidated, you can see that all these structures are bungalows. There is nothing that is going to collapse here. You can see the blocks, and inside our factories, we don't have anything that is threatening. The one that they said is threatening, that is one-story building, they have come to remove it. So they told us that the man is busy. He's working on the Ikoyi collapse building. He will not be able to see us. We saw his secretary, and we asked them that who is their, the PAMSEC. They told us that everybody was busy, but we dropped our letter. And we told our lawyer, and our lawyer said they delivered a letter to them too, to tell them that they are part of the matter in court and that they should maintain status quo. But we do not know why they have decided to come and demolish.
At the time of filming, some tenants are concluding the movement of their factory equipment. Young entrepreneur Itunuoluwa Okusomi has been running his business here since 2015, providing jobs for the youths. With the demolition of his operational base, his means of livelihood is threatened.
Personally, I cannot quantify the damage at the moment. Like financial-wise, I can't quantify the damage, but physically, like I'm actually drained now, But business-wise, like it's a calamity. Because when it happened, I was not around then. They called me. When they called me, I got here. I wanted to enter the premises. Because my unit is actually the first unit. So like as we got here, the bulldozer had entered already. The policeman refused me entry. When I wanted to enter, I was telling them that, please, I want to come and rescue my property. The guy said, no, there is no entry. Nobody can enter the premises. He actually beats me and stuff until a woman came to bail me out. So when I finally entered the place, I could not rescue anything, and that shattered me. Like I could not rescue any of my equipment, any of my device, because we're into gas production, whereby people come to the site to either learn how to produce gas. Exactly in this kind of period where gas is expensive. Like most of my clients, they're already placing orders for the digesters. So like all the digesters that were constructed already, everything had perished. Like all my staff and all, like they were running out of scatter. Nobody could really do anything. So like personally, like it has been a calamity for me. I know, like we all know that there's no job out there. Like what we are just trying to do, we are just trying to make ends meet. We are trying to, like see what we can do, how we can make our lives better. Not everybody can do something, illegitimate things. So we are trying to create legitimate source of living. I like instead of government to create enabling environment for us, we are the ones creating our own enabling environment. In that regard, they are also trying to frustrate that environment that we are trying to create for ourselves. Most of us are trying to fend for ourselves. Like we are all the industrialists here. You employ. This is the multiplier effect. I personally have almost about 7 to 8 staff. Somebody has almost 20 staff in this place. Like with all of that, youths, because it's an industry, we need is youths that you actually engage more of youth.
The lawyer representing the displaced occupants explains the status of the case being heard in the court.
Presently, the matter is before my Lord Justice Ogungbeson. Prior to that, it was before Justice Onigbanjo, who gave an order that parties should maintain status quo. You see, it is so sad that Lagos State Government, the Ministry of Justice, Lagos State Ministry of Justice and Lagos State Government, who had submitted themselves to the jurisdiction of the court, and while the matter is still ongoing before a court of competent jurisdiction, will still have the guts to go ahead and demolish the property, even when there is an express order of the High Court that parties should maintain status quo. No judgment has been delivered in this matter. However, on the 16th of December 2021, the day they came to commit this atrocity, there was an ongoing matter in court. At the time they were committing this atrocity, Lagos State took these people to court, and we are there defending them. And they left us there, came here to commit this atrocity. It's disheartening that they could do this to citizens who they swore to an oath to protect their lives and property. Because naturally, we had a meeting with the fiscal planning, who told us in their office that we need to write to them a letter. I said, well, we've informed Lagos State, the Ministry of Justice. They are aware. We had meeting with the head of civil litigation in Lagos State. I can't remember his name now. We had meeting with they had meeting with the Solicitor General too. And at a point, they made a proposal for more like an out-of-court settlement, that they are ready to pay a sum of 1 million naira each to all the tenants, the occupiers of this place. Okay, well, they said no, they won't accept that amount. So, okay, we wrote a letter to Lagos State requesting on behalf of our client that they should increase that amount to 3 million. We are still on that discussion when they came to do this.
In an attempt to get the reaction of the Lagos State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development to these allegations, we speak to the Director of Public Affairs, who in turn refers us to the Ministry of Information, but the Commissioner has failed to respond to a request for an interview. These industrialists may be traumatized by the demolition, but they vowed not to back down until they are heard and justice prevail. They are appealing to the Lagos State government and its agencies to respect the rule of law and treat them deservedly.